to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back today with a pick a card reading for you. Big welcome back to my beautiful returning subscribers. Thank you guys so much for your friendship and for your presence here on this channel. But also a big thank you to everyone who has reached out to me on Instagram, everyone who has reached out to me through my Etsy platform. I'm just so happy to have gotten a chance this year, this past year specifically, to get to know so many of you on a personal level. So thank you guys so much for letting me get to know you and giving me the opportunity to read for you. So thank you for being here. Thank you for your support of me. And if you're finding yourself here for the very first time, we want to welcome you to this space. Please join our beautiful soul family by subscribing to the channel, hitting your notification bell, hitting your like button. It helps me to bring you more content. And if you do subscribe, please drop me a comment below so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free personalized reading with me. You can also check me out for personal reading from my Etsy account, and that link is below as well. But we would love to have you join us here. So please pull up a chair, grab yourself a cup of tea, and we'll have a little chat because we're all friends when we gather at my table. So today's pick a card, we're looking into March and what sort of shifts or changes, what can you expect for the month of March. We have 3 piles for you to choose from. We have pile number 1 here with the Sante Morte Book of the Dead Tarot, and we have these little tin type. We have this woman with sort of balancing water. There's a child in it, so you may be drawn to that imagery. We have pile number 2 here with the Disney Villain Tarot, and there's 2 children playing in the snow. We have pile number 3 here with the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, and we have a person sowing seeds for the 3rd option. So whichever pile or piles or image is grabbing your attention, there may be a message waiting from Spirit today for you, and my timestamps are listed below. I will jump right into pile number 1. I'm not going to waste any time. What is happening for March? What can you expect for the month of March? Pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1. You were drawn to the Sante Morte Book of the Dead Tarot and to this imagery here of this woman. She seems to be balancing water. She's got a little child here. And this is already starting to bring in information from Spirit, because you may find that March is a pretty sort of busy month for you. And for some, it may almost feel kind of humdrum. It's like you're feeling like you're just putting in effort after effort. You're just trying to maintain balance. But there could be a lot of purpose to sort of this moment of silence for you. There could be sort of a lot about to shake up, or there could be more momentum gaining. So it may be an opportunity for us to take pause and to focus on all of the immediate actions that we're supposed to take, all of our immediate priorities perhaps. So let's see how this will sort of flow into your reading. Whoops. Here. So what to expect for the month of March, pile number 1. Ooh. Always remember that I am dealing with collective energy. So if this doesn't resonate with you, you can try a different reading or a different pile. So what to expect the month of March? What changes or shifts are coming in? What will this month bring you? 2 of Cups. Starting with the 2 of Cups for you for March. Six of Wands. The Emperor. The Queen of Swords. We have the Page of Pentacles. Back of the deck is the 2 of Swords, and we have the 8 of Wands. Do you know what it really feels like for March? It feels like you've been patiently waiting for something. It's like you've been patiently waiting, and it's like your period of passiveness. It's like you're done with that. You're like, I'm not going to wait and be passive one more second when it comes to this person. And it feels like a person you've been waiting for. You could have been waiting for this person to reach out to you. You could be waiting for them to make a move on you. But it's like this Queen of Swords is saying, you know, don't send, is what they're saying is don't send anyone in to do a woman's job, because we're taking the reins here and we're creating our own opportunity in some way. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. this is a person, this is an individual that you're really interested in too. And I feel like even with the camel, it's like there's thirst. There's thirst here. It says endurance, it says determination, and there's a certain amount of confidence that you're going to have to really hold on to or embolden yourself with, perhaps, in order to make this happen. But I feel like it's almost like the pressure that's building for you, it's like a frustration building because you're tired of delays. You're tired of delays when it comes to this person. So you're not impatient. Here's the Seven of Crystals. You're impatient. And underneath this card, it says options and results. And it's like you've been waiting. You've been waiting to see what sort of options would be afforded to you, and you want results now. And the Seven of Pentacles is a natural pause point where we sort of gauge, what's led us to this point, and what can we do to create change, and do we want to abandon our goals here, or do we want to keep going forward? And you're deciding that it's like I can't decide what I want here, perhaps, or maybe this person can't decide what they want, but you're tired of being passive. You're tired of being passive. You're tired perhaps of being in the dark about the situation. So you're seeking answers. You're seeking answers this month from this person. Yeah. The Chariot, it says determination, and we have the Page of Acorns, the Page of Wands, discovery and enthusiasm. And it looks like a monkey, some type of monkey sitting here in this card. And the monkey always reminds me of like things on my back, it's like weight on my shoulders, something that I can't get off of my mind. And in this case, it's like you're not letting that frustration sink in anymore because you're creating the answers you need. You're seeking answers. You're using your voice. So you may be bringing an offer to someone else this month. And I've heard actually a lot of other readers even talking about this too, about this shift in the collective, about the divine feminine, and about how she is really taking control of her own situation. She's using her voice to help pull that divine masculine out of his fear-based prisons at times. And we have to remember with the Emperor energy that the Emperor and the Empress, it all represents the divine feminine, the divine masculine. It represents the yin yang inside of all of us. And so this card really reminds us to kind of harness ourselves to prepare for battle, to prepare for battle. And that's exactly what you're doing. Page of Shells, Page of Cups, intuition and inspiration. And I feel like you're a very intuitive person anyway. I feel like you already know I feel like your higher self already is communicating with you about what the outcome will be here. And so it's not a huge leap for you to jump into this confidence and to seek your answers and to seek this opportunity yourself. And you may be thinking about reaching out to this person or expressing your true feelings, and that may be exactly what you do. Yeah, Ace of Cups, happiness and abundance. And because of the deep dive that you're going to sort of take in March, because of the risk, it feels like vulnerability, like you being vulnerable, but almost in a very vulnerable and almost like an in-your-face type of way. It's like, I'm here to be vulnerable, and it's like you're yelling at them. I'm being vulnerable with you, you idiot. That's what it sounds like. But the deep dive, because it does take courage for you to do this, even though you're sort of showing me over the top confidence. It's like you're jumping up and down, shaking out your muscles, preparing yourself for this. The deep dive is going to pay off here. The deep dive is going to pay off. Even the Five of Wands back of deck here says challenge equals growth. And it looks like this fierce cat screaming, using their voice. And it's sometimes we have to kind of get ourselves prepared for that shift. We have to really fuel ourselves with a lot of confidence to be able to leap over. But once we do, here's the King of Wands, optimism, innovation. I feel like you're going to get what you want out of this situation. I do feel like this is going to breed opportunity for you. What is coming in March, please? And this Eight of Wands is telling me that there's the King of Wands. So this person could be a fire sign that you are heading towards, or that you're trying to kind of maybe shoot your shot here. You want to like shoot your shot with this person. they're an overthinker, and they're letting their own insecurities stop them from the natural evolution that should happen here. And I feel like this is a really good move for you. We have here the cat, claiming your independence and utilizing the strength inside of you to tame the fears, to create change in this situation. Because it's been on your mind too long, and you've been waiting too long. And it's like the thirst is taking over. So now it's like you've decided to be the aggressor. The boar comes in with this masculine aggressive energy, and you've decided to be the aggressor here, to create a solution to the separation. You may feel like you're in separation, either emotionally or physically, from this person. You may even be in a physical separation because you might have to travel to accomplish something with this person too. And that's not for everyone, that's just for someone specific. But the community comes in as this celebratory energy. After we set our new course, we make it to the ultimate outcome of the 10s, the community cards. And so this is about kind of helping each other accomplish a common goal, because I feel like there's mutual feeling, but there's only one person who has the confidence and the strength to create change here. Because we want this, but we're both doing this. We're both passive. We both want the connection, but we're both, you know, guarding ourselves against change. But that's not you anymore. That's not you. You're going to create the change that you're looking for. What is happening in the month of March? Please, pile number 1. We have here purity, unicorn. I love that. Purity is like bringing in awareness and truth to a situation that's really unique, to a connection that's really unique, and honoring the uniqueness of the connection through actions. And it's a number 45, which is like the 9 of like holding on and applying force, like an individual force. It's like that last ditch individual effort towards success, towards an opportunity, because you're tired of waiting and you're tired of the unknowns. Yeah, you're making the decision. And it's the rhino. It's like charging through any of those insecurities. Oh. And harnessing your power. I love that. I love that it's the number 11 too, because it's like a gateway you're creating through your truthfulness, through your words, and through the sword of truth that this Queen of Swords does wield. It's like you're embodying the energy of that emperor, of the dragon. And in doing so, you're showcasing your power, and the cause and effect of that momentum is going to be big for you. It's going to be big. In March, please per pile number 1. We have here unleash your kindest self, specifically to yourself. First quarter moon in Capricorn, encouraging us to overcome our insecurities, and by speaking positive words of affirmations to ourselves and emboldening ourselves with success. Even if we have to fake it, it's okay, because eventually the habit of faking it will catch up with us. And we have here embrace the flow of life. Back of the deck says keep your heart open. Keep your heart open to change. Sometimes the Queen of Swords comes forward with a little bit of a wall up because she's trying to maintain her objective point of view and not fall into an emotional state. But that can sometimes come across as a little bit cold. So Spirit's asking us to keep our heart open, specifically to ourselves always, though. March, what is coming in March for pile 1? We have here, appreciate the beauty inside and all around you, grace. I always think about the Queen of Swords when I see this swan, just even by her countenance, the way that she looks over. It's about you being a force to be reckoned with. It's about you creating the change. And again, the swan is a creature that will mate for life. You know, a swan is a creature who's very focused on one partner, and I feel like you're really focused on one goal here. We have here, take time to play. And we also have trust in your higher self throughout this experience. Trust in your higher self, and it's the eagle. So Spirit Eagle, it's about bravery. It's about rising above to create solutions to restrictions that we've been experiencing, and clearing out the clutter, frog purification. This is the second imagery of the frog that's come up for you as well, because we have the frog inside your pile as well, because I feel like you're really intuitive and you can draw upon that to help guide you through this situation as well. March for pile 1, please. We have here haystack karma. You will reap what you have sown. And that's exactly why Spirit is encouraging this, and that's why they're emboldening you with this confidence now, because the judgment energy, or I'm sorry, the justice energy here of the power of the 11 reminds us that we reap what we sow. Truly, the seeds that we plant will take root, and we will harvest some form of that seed in the future. So cause and effect is huge. So the actions we take will have dramatic effects, and the lack of action we take will have sort of the same amount of dramatic in effect as well. I saw the scissors here. It says disappointment in some affair, and that brings me right back to your scissors, the 2 of Swords. Disappointment in this affair because there hasn't been motion and movement. But we have the chain here. In March, there's a chain of events that will shake this situation up, this indecision, this passive nature, a chain of events that will affect your life. Let's get a charm bowl for you. Pile number 1. What is happening for March? Advice, please, in the bowl from their guides and angels. So you're creating, it's like you're done with, and this brings me right back to your archetype here, because it looks like a balancing act. And it feels like the temperance energy of like patience, like you're not patient anymore. You're done. Even this little girl's looking up at their parent like, give me water now. I don't want to wait for you to be done. We have the 8 of Wands reversed, the 2 of Swords reversed, and the 10 of Wands. Now that 8 of Swords is reversed because of the frustration you're experiencing in the delay. And here's the 2 of Swords. You have your 2 of Swords and your 8 of Wands here, and they're in your bowl. And the 2 of Swords is reversed because it's like we're done waiting. The indecision, it's like compromising what we want. It's just creating delays. It's creating uncertainty for the future. And I feel like you're just done with that. I feel like the frustration is breeding the need to create change in some type of way, because it's like you're in this attitude of like, nothing will change if nothing changes, and I'm going to get my answer one way or another. So it's like communication you're bringing forward. We have direction, we have strength, we have the praying hands, and we also have the grapes, which is a symbol of reunions with friends. So this could be a reunion that you're seeking, and you might want to mend things with this person with the sewing machine. And this could be somebody that you spend a lot of time with in your youth. I have baby feet, but there could also be children involved in the connection at this time. Potentially, that's not for everyone though. We have the clouds, but it's a happy cloud. And the confusion that we feel oftentimes when we're clouded in confusion, which leads to inaction, oftentimes our worst fears within that confusion never come to pass. So it reminds us of that. We have love and the sunshine to keep our head high and follow that sunshine, seeking clarity for yourself about a love situation. We have the locked heart here, because there's secrets that are going to be revealed perhaps to you. We have the hatchet, severing, or potentially the need to sever something. And we have Taurus energy as well. All right, pile 1, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonated with you. And if it did, I would love to hear your story below in the comments section. Even if you have to come back after this month to share your answers or share your experience, we would love to hear from you. You can also check me out on Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to. But I do hope that you come back here for another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope that you have a beautiful day. Take care. Hello, pile 2. You were drawn to the Disney Villain Tarot, or to this little scene here with the children playing in the snow. You know, where I'm from in Canada, we have the saying that says if March comes in like a lion, it goes out like a lamb. So you may be in a zone that has a lot of snow perhaps, but this could also just really indicate about the playful nature of March, or a message from your guides coming in to keep your mindset on play in March, to keep yourself in a positive mindset as well. There could even be reasons to perhaps celebrate in March as well. So let's see what is March going to bring for you. What shifts or changes will March bring? For pile 2, please. We have a lot going on. We have the Nine of Cups, King of Wands, Five of Cups. I'm going to throw these ones back. There's a lot here. We also have the Temperance energy. And I love the Temperance because it reminds us to find joy in the journey of our life in general. And it's a great reminder for us to sort of refocus our expectations and our focus back to joy and play. There's also, you know, where I'm from, we have March break as well. So you may be experiencing that with children as well at home. We have here the Six of Swords. What is March going to bring? We have the Nine of Swords. We have the Star. So, you know, there's a really strong message coming in here about reestablishing victory over our painful past, our anxiety, our current issues and tribulations, because the Nine of Swords, I'm just getting someone who could be even suffering with some mental health issues as well, and just a generalized exhaustion. Like, it feels exhausting what you've perhaps have experienced in the past. And that's why Spirit wants March to be all about healing for you. And they see that happening because they see something happening that really lifts your spirits and gives you a reason to hope again coming in March. We have here the Five of Swords, and it came out sort of sideways. I feel like it wanted to be reversed. We have the Hanged Man. Can we clarify, please, the Nine of Cups? Queen of Wands. So I do feel like you have perhaps struggled in the past, whether it be circumstance or emotionally driven struggle, or perhaps a combination of both, you know, or circumstance created emotional turmoil. You may have suffered a great loss. I'll just put it that way. You may have suffered a great loss in your life, and it's very difficult for you to pull yourself back and heal from that loss. It could be something chronically that you've dealt with, pain that you've dealt with in your past. We have the Four of Wands, but March is offering something more for you. Something good is coming in for you. Something really good. And I mean really, really good. And that's what and I know we're already in March, so that's what you can expect. You can expect something amazing to happen for you today, this month, because this Nine of Cups is talking about a wish coming in for you, a dream being granted. And they're asking you to hold on, and it's almost like a reward. It's like a reward for all of the turmoil you've been through. And it's meant to reignite the spark inside of you, the creative spark, the passionate spark inside of you. It's like everything you've been through has made you, it's almost like, I feel like you would have said to yourself or to other people, I've aged before my time. Whether that, I'm not even talking physically. I'm just talking like, if you're 20 right now, if you're 25 right now, if someone asked you, how old do you feel? You'd be like, I feel like I'm 150 years old right now. Because it's like you've been through a war. And so there's something that's happening for you this month that's going to give you a glimmer of hope again. It's going to remind you who you used to be. And it's like it's coaxing you out. It's like it's tempting you out of that mental space that has been holding you prisoner for so long. And it's like an offer of peace coming in, a glimmer of hope coming in. Because sometimes, and I heard this recently from Teal Swan online, I heard this quote from Teal Swan that said, sometimes it's impossible for us to just find joy in the present moment. Sometimes it's impossible for us to just find that happiness, but we have to piggyback on peace first. We have to find peace first and allow that to usher us into an eventual satisfaction or happiness in our life. And that's what it feels like. It's like there's a glimmer of hope coming in, and it's like something that is meant, it's really going to surprise you, lift your spirits. And it's like coming at the nick of time. That's what it feels like. It's like coming at the perfect time. And it's because your guides have your back. Because they want to remind you of who you came here to be and who you came here originally into this experience as this soul, having a human experience There's a playful nature to the soul. It's young, it's perpetually young, and it wants to learn, it wants to grow, it wants to experience. But in this lifetime, it's really hard because we forget that we're a soul, and we forget that emotion's not supposed to rule us. And so this is like a beautiful reminder to remind you who you were. Six of Cups, yeah, it's a reunion. It's a reunion to who you used to be. And that may be actually sort of part of this sort of wonderful turn of events for you this month, is partly a reunion with someone from your past. But more importantly, Spirit says this is a spark. This is something that livens your spirit, that gives you hope and reminds you of the person that existed before all the turmoil. And it reminds you of the person that is still inside of you. It reminds you of that spark that's still there and it always has been there. And the healing, what brings about is so much clarity for you. So much clarity, so much peace. Victory over the expectation of always feeling like this forever. And I feel like you're healing from a situation that literally there was no winner in that situation. It almost feels like you're surviving the passing of someone, or someone who has crossed over. Like, it feels like a profound loss that has added and fueled this sadness in you. And if that is the case, my heart goes out to you, and I'm so sorry for your loss. We also have the Four of Cups here and the Three of Coins. I love that so much. Thank you, Spirit, because this Four of Cups is again, your life has turned into sort of this humdrum nature a little bit, where our focus has been taken from us. Our ability even to feel optimistic has been taken from us. But this turn of events here in March with this Nine of Cups is the new foundation that you're a part of. It is laughing in the face of this helplessness, and it's building you up in a new foundation. It's helping you overcome the struggle, and it's a great turn of events in your favor with the Wheel of Fortune. And again, it feels like it's coming in right in the nick of time. It could come in the form of some type of reunion or offer. It's like a wish that you had in your heart. And it could be sort of a reunion from someone from your past that you really wanted to reconnect with. That could be exactly the seed that's you're needing to reestablish that flame inside of you. Because what it offers you is the ability to let yourself be a little bit vulnerable moving forward. Allowing yourself the space to be vulnerable. Because often when we've suffered so much loss, we will put up a wall. It's like we want to be dead to the world because we never want to experience that type of pain again. But what we're just doing in that case is we're switching our acute pain to a chronic one. And that's when we're going to find ourselves exhausted emotionally and spiritually. And that's why your guides, and I almost feel like I could cry, because that's why your guides are here saying, we're done with this period. We're closing off this cycle. And they're proud of you for holding on so fiercely as well. They're really proud of you for enduring. And they want you to know that this period is coming to an end. And March is a big part of that. So big turn of events for you in March here. Could come in the form of a reunion from someone from your past, potentially. And for many, it is something great that's happening that is giving you a reason to feel glad. It's giving you a reason to feel happy. And this could be profound for you because it could be the first time where you find yourself smiling in a long time. We have the reflection here, the reflection card. Encouragement from Spirit for us to be in a state of reflection here with the Star. And you'll be in that state anyway, because it's kind of forcing you to take a good hard look at your future as well. Because I feel like you've been in a bit of a rut and you haven't really looked to the future because you didn't see any need to. But this is good news coming in, so now you do need to. We have the Praying Mantis. Praying Mantis is a card that symbolizes wit, manipulation, and fun. And I like the Praying Mantis here too because it's encouraging us to kind of find our playful nature again, to enjoy this present moment. It doesn't matter, we forget about play sometimes. And when the Bible says the kingdom of heaven belongs to the children, I believe that's the reason, because they actually embody the true nature of purity and freedom and the truth. We have skull on the back of the deck, which is a symbol of reality, transitions, and grief that you have experienced in your life. And March is a big sort of stepping stone for you in helping you shift through a season of grief, or allow a season of grief to kind of flow over you, because ultimately you will be grieving. If you've lost something profound in your life, you will grieve. But the nature of the grief will shift and change, and it'll become more bearable. And that's what Spirit wants you to know, is that this is a very good turn of events for you, because it's reintroducing you to the prospect of play and joy, even if just for a moment. And it's a reminder from Spirit that grief and joy can exist at the same time, in the same realm. What is coming in for March, please? Pile 2. We have here healing. Number 4, 4 of Wands. A gateway in March to healing. A gateway in March to celebrations and reasons to celebrate. Good news coming in that you can't ignore. And I feel like for a long time there was a period of your life where you could ignore good news because it didn't feel like it was for you. But this is good news you can't ignore. You can't help but feel happy about this turn of events in March that's coming for you. And it's going to renew your spirit. It's going to remind you about your spiritual purpose here, that the purpose is to help you pull back the power that we've given to other sources. And the purpose of this life is to help us to see spiritual truths and to remind us of who we actually are and what we're doing here. We have love at the back of the deck. And it's a reminder from our guides and angels about how much they love you, of course, but also about that the reason we grieve so heavily is because we love so much and because we have the capacity to do so. And what a wonderful experience to experience that much love. What is coming in March, please, for pile 2? This is a very emotional reading. I'm feeling very emotional. So if you're feeling very emotional, I am right there with you. We have here, step into your power. I believe that was in the first pile as well. March is a powerful month. And we have here, know your worth. Back of the deck says, reflect on your priorities. And I feel like you yourself, individually, you have not prioritized you. And that is hopefully one of the positive shifts and changes coming about because of all of the changes in March for you, and this good news coming in, is to start to see the value in putting effort into yourself and into effort into your experience, because your experience here matters. What is happening in March, please, for pile number 2? We have here guardian, black bear, gentle and wise protector. And we have a lot of bears here. It's like mother bear energy. And we have children here. So please take that as it resonates to your situation if that is part of your loss. And again, I love you and I'm so sorry if you've experienced that profound of a loss. That is definitely not for everyone, but if it's for you, you will know that it's for you. It says, black bear guardian, gentle and wise protector, give me your confidence and power. Help me protect the ones that I love and awaken my intuition and guide me. You are being protected. We also have here personal choice, back up deck. It says, close your eyes. What animal do you imagine and what strengths are they known for? I bet some of you would close your eyes and see a bear, perhaps here. What wisdom do they share, and embrace those qualities? Very, very emotional reading, pile 2. I would love to hear your stories in the comment section below if you feel comfortable sharing them. Very emotional reading. My heart is, I feel very overwhelmed with emotion. Let's just leave it at that. Let's get a charm bowl for you. I almost feel like I'm shaking, to be honest. I feel like I'm shaky now because of this reading. 10 of Cups. We have the 8 of Wands and the 6 of Pentacles. It feels like life has not been that fair sometimes. Life is not fair. And that's what it feels like in the bowl right now. What I love here, though, is the 10 of Cups with the beautiful rainbow. So if you've suffered loss, we have rainbows coming after your storm. Spirit can't always promise you that those hurricanes, those storms aren't going to come, but they can promise you that they'll be there. I feel very emotional. They promise you that they'll be there. And they're also promising you that the worst is behind you and that you're surmounting all these previous challenges that you've had to experience. It's like a slingshot now. This Eight of Wands, we're moving out of that cycle. We're into a brand new cycle. We have the worker ant, often associated with female energy. Putting in effort, sacrifices that you've had to make. We have here the siren, the mermaid. I think of little girls sometimes when I see the mermaid. We have Chanel number 5 as well, so I think of May, the 5th of any month as well. Perhaps the 5th of March is significant in some type of way. We have the key and we have the 2 linked hearts. So it could have been a relationship that has really been a profound loss for you. We have the letter G. And we have the red lips. It's about, and again, it's about livening up your spirit again and stepping back into the full confidence of this Queen of Wands. The full confidence. It's almost like you are a magnet for people, but you don't want to be a magnet right now. But we want to reignite that magnetism inside of you. And we have the horse, freedom, freedom. And we always have a choice with the horse energy. That is what I have for you today, pile number 2. If that resonated with you, I would love to hear your story below. I would also love for you to be a subscriber if you're not already, and subscribe to the channel and hit your notification bell and your like button. I also offer a chance to win a private reading through my comment section, so please be sure to hit your notification bell if you do drop me a comment below. But I hope that you come back here for another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hello, pile 3. You are drawn to the Rider-Waite here, or to this archetype of the seed sower. So March may contain a lot of action for you in creating some momentum in your life as far as goals. Perhaps you're going to be making offers or putting a lot of effort into some manifestations that you have already sort of, they've already taken root a little bit, so you may be putting a lot of effort into those. So let's see what's happening for you in March. It's about cause and effect perhaps for you in March, pile 3. What is happening in March for pile number 3, please? 6 of Pentacles. I just saw the Queen of Cups. Ooh. You have reasons to celebrate in March. You have a manifestation coming. And with that Queen of Cups, I'm curious to see if she comes back out, because I almost, for someone watching, I feel like you're going to get good news when it comes to motherhood. So take that as it resonates. It's a manifestation that you have been putting a lot of effort into. And it's about to expand your experience, expand your horizons, and change things for you. So March is the season for plant sowing. And even here, it's like reminds me that the same imagery on your archetype here came out sort of with the 6 of Pentacles, because it's about cause and effect. It's about giving and receiving. And Spirit says, ask and you shall receive. That's what they say, ask and you shall receive, because you're going to be successful this month. If you've been, especially if you've been trying for perhaps a little one, you're going to be successful this month here, because you've been waiting. And I feel like you won't even expect this to be a good outcome. It's like, I feel like this is a goal for you, and I feel like you just started manifesting it. Like, I feel like this was just starting to be a manifestation, and you think you have way more time to prepare, and you think it's going to take you a lot longer than it actually is. But Spirit says it's going to happen right away. It's going to happen right away for you. So you're going to have to start making decisions right away. You thought you'd have a little bit more time, because the 2 of Pentacles, and there's the Chariot. This is my mini Chariot, and here's Big Daddy Chariot coming up the rear. So you don't have as much time as you think that you do to manifest this, because it's like your momentum was already in alignment. What you want was already in alignment, and March is bringing it in for you. So as you have reasons to celebrate. So this could have many, many faces, of course. And I am dealing with collective energy, so please take it as it resonates to your situation. I'm smiling ear to ear, though. It's really exciting news, and I feel like it has a lot to do with motherhood for someone watching. There's the Emperor, fatherhood, perhaps, for someone watching as well. And you can even see that the Emperor is all red in the face, acting very stoic, but red in the face, and he's sort of empowered with this red color to armor himself for the battle ahead. But it's like a good battle. It's a good battle. It's going to cause a lot of shifts and changes. Your whole world is going to be turned upside down in a great way. It has a lot to do with sort of returning to a childlike state. We have the King of Cups. Again, these are like the father figures of the deck. We have the Six of Cups here, the Three of Cups. Reasons to celebrate, perhaps concerning children. For you, pile 3. And I feel like you overthought this whole situation. And I will say this, and again, I'm smiling as I say this because this is going to be a really exciting and then anxiety inducing because we get really, really excited and then immediately we start to worry. And that is especially if you are resonating with the message of parenthood coming in for you in March, that is a very natural reaction. Spirit doesn't want you to feel bad or to lament or anything. It's like, this is what you wanted. Be careful what you ask for because it just might happen and you're thrust into a little bit of anxiety because of this expansion. Because again, I don't think that you're expecting your manifestations to happen so quickly. I think you had sort of prepared yourself mentally for you could have even honestly prepared yourself for a couple of years of waiting for this. And Spirit says, nope, you're aligned now. So we're going to give you exactly what you've been hoping for, what you've been wishing for in your heart. Because you took appropriate actions and now you have expansion coming. The Fool has, I feel childlike energy coming through. And it's funny because I just looked down at the little dog, and the little dog, I heard in my head, constant companion. And then it brought me right back to this video that I saw today of this person who wrote a song about never being able to go to the bathroom alone. So you will have a constant companion, potentially, if you're resonating with that message, of course. Oh, what beautiful, beautiful energy. We have the Sun. We have the Four of Swords. Spirit says, rest up now. That's what they say. They're like, it's time for you to take pause. It's time for you to rest. It's time for you to gather your clarity and your strength because this is a sudden turn of events. This is, oh my God, look at this. This is a wish fulfilled in March for you. This is a wish fulfilled in March. And you can see... I'm looking here at the Nine of Cups. There's the Knight of Wands. There's some smugness coming in from this Emperor because he's really proud of himself for accomplishing this task. Like there's pride, there's worry, there's fear associated with it. But it's like now we're being brought to the precipice of change, and Spirit's like, it's time to take that leap. It's what you've wanted. Embrace it. It's building up a foundation for you. It feels like it's growing a family for you. Yes, it is. Oh my gosh, pile 3. Your guides are just like boom, boom, boom. This is your future. March is all about reaping what you sow, cause and effect, and everything that you've been kind of working towards it's just going to happen for you. Everything's in an alignment for you. It's leading to happiness. It's leading to the fulfillment of your wishes. I don't think it could get any better. I don't think it could get any better. I think that's beautiful. Let's see what else Spirit has to say about March. You're going to be busy. It's like you're going to be juggling a lot of things. And they will say this, they're saying that your life is going to change in the most wonderful of ways. But there will be adjustments required, of course. But not to overthink it. The purpose of this path for you is to help you grow, is to help bring you spiritual wisdom. And there's a beautiful reminder here about how we go into, especially when it's dealing with like new people coming into the world and new souls coming in, is that we have this idea that these new souls require us to teach them. And you know what, as a parent myself, I have found the very opposite to be true, that my children have taught me way, way more lessons than I will ever be able to give them. And what a beautiful gift they've given me in that way. So this path is to help you to grow in your wisdom, and you will. And it's going to help to sort of bring you awareness to what is truly important. What is truly important, what the true focus of life really is. I think it's beautiful, beautiful energy. This is the only sort of negative energy. Look at this beautiful spread of blues and yellows and reds because it's empowering you. And then we have this Nine of Swords. But the good news about this Nine of Swords is it's just a support to the expansion. And change is scary no matter what change we're facing, even if it's something we're hoping for and wishing for. If we get it, sometimes it's terrifying. If you were given $10 million tomorrow, there'd be a part of you that would fall into fear. Because like, oh my God, what's expected of me now? What do I do? There'd be a buyer's remorse no matter what sort of change is coming in. The reminder to us is that the unknown only holds more opportunities for us to grow in awareness of ourselves and grow in our enlightenment. And so there's nothing to fear here. And worry is way, and I mean, I can tell you I'm blue in the face not to worry, especially if it's about children, but you're probably going to worry anyway. But Spirit wants you to overall enjoy this process because they say you're getting exactly what you want. So rest up now. We have here, trust all will be well. Trust all will be well. I feel like a lot of the anxiety is coming in from the masculine energy, whereas you're more focused, if you're the feminine energy watching this, you're more focused on the excitement of it. There's worry coming in from the masculine energy here. But ultimately, everything's going to be fine. That's what Spirit says. Everything's going to be fine. We have take a reality check because reality is going to hit you really, really hard. It's going to hit you so hard because you're not expecting it to happen so soon. I think you've sort of prepared yourself, and you may even be the type of person that kind of has like a 5-year plan or something. It's like, I have this 2-year plan, and I know that this is what I expect to happen. And so Spirit comes in to laugh in the face of our plans sometimes and say, well, we saw your plans, but here's an itinerary change. We have here, be humble, and I'm feeling that from the masculine because, as I said, there's some smug energy coming in as well. It's always important to be humble and show humility in even moments like this when we're experiencing something amazing, because we never know what someone else in our life outside of our immediate experience has experienced, if they've experienced a loss or something like that. Know that you are loved. Know that you are valued and that you are needed. And it's such a beautiful thing because this energy of know that you are loved is just going to be all over you, especially, again, if you are really resonating with this. It feels like it's dripping with babies. So if you're resonating with that message, it's just, they're little balls of love. That's all they are, just little balls of love. Little chubby balls of love. We have here I. The eye comes out as a teaching tool. It's like awareness. Keep your eyes open for this. Just expect it. That's what Spirit says. Expect it. Expect it. And they say we have here the braid and the spider, and we have the bees. First of all, the bees on the back of the deck, I think about motherhood because I think about the queen bee, and I think about the good of all the hive and the sacrifices that you have to make as a parent. It also promises sweet results that await you because of the hard work that you're going to put in. It's like all the hard work is worth it. All of the labor is worth it. There's going to be people everywhere, as always. Everybody's going to have an opinion about you, and they're all going to have opinion about the shifts and changes they see in your life. And Spirit's here to remind you that you're responsible for your experience and they're responsible for their experience. And if they have time to judge you, then that means they have time to turn that focus inward towards themselves. So don't worry about the opinions of other people along this path. They want you to keep your head high and follow that sun. And they also, again, the spider reminds us that we we put ourselves here, that we are creating this through our manifestations. So don't let other people's opinions make you second guess your decisions, because they're all going to have them, and that's okay. Let them have their opinion. Let me actually pull you one of these before we do your charm bowl. We have Prosperity Frog. Let go of the past and embrace this change. Opportunities are close at hand, so hop into this new day with joy. Abundance and good fortune await you. And you're growing a foundation here. You're growing something big. You're growing something really big here with the Ten of Pentacles. And it feels like it's a collaboration. It's a collaborative effort as well. Let's get a charm bowl for you. Pile number 3. What is coming in March 2022? 7 of Wands. We have here the Judgment. We have the Hanged Man. We have the 7 of Wands sort of sideways, a little bit reversed. When the 7 of Wands is reversed, there is this energy of sort of plans stalling out, quitting. But I feel like the plans stall out because your plans don't match the results. I feel like you have to quit your planning because there's no need for it anyway. And that is sort of a reminder to us that we can make our plans, we can make projections, but we should expect the unexpected, because life is a sort of beautiful balancing act, and it is this winding road of discovery. So your plans, everything that you sort of planned for, that's falling away. And then we have this Judgment reverse. There's a little bit of fear of change that comes in because of this good news. There's a little denial too. It's like you don't believe it at first. You may, especially if you are finding yourself becoming pregnant this month, you may test multiple times before you convince yourself, your head and your heart catch up and you believe that it's possible. And then we have a beautiful surrender with the Hanged Man, a beautiful surrender to how it is. And you can see there's no struggle. After the fact, after the initial turmoil, there's no struggle. There's a beautiful surrender. Okay, we have here we have the Cheshire Cat. Somebody who's really smug and proud of themselves. Could be your partner if you're the Divine Feminine. We have the Guitar pick. We have the Airplane, movement, travel perhaps as well. That could be part of the good news. And we have here the Quartz, clear quartz, which is about clarity, which is about healing. And then we have the double-edged razor as well. It's like it's good news, but there's also worry a little bit associated with it, and that's okay. All right, pile number 3, that's what I have for you today, and I hope that it resonated with you. If it did, I would love to hear your story in the comments section. I would love for you to come back even and let me know about March for you. Sounds like good news, and I hope and pray that for you. I would love for you to be a subscriber of this channel if you feel called to, by hitting your notification bell, subscribing, and dropping me a comment below so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check me out on Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to. But I do hope that you come back here for another visit at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day.